I suppose pride that you've done it for yourself, because I'm not running to beat anyone else. I'm there to better myself to do it. And I think that's what everyone goes into doing this, is to do. It's your own. One thing I've learned from just getting to know people in the running community is it's all your own journey, but yet you're all on the same path.
Hey everybody, and welcome to a very special live edition of Set the Pace. How you doing out there?
I'm moving you.
Oh, I'm supposed to be sitting here. Of course, I don't follow any directions, so I just sit where I want.
That's why he needs a woman on his team.
It's great. That's true. It's great to have you all here. We are, for those of you listening out there, live at the TCS New York City Marathon Expo.
Yes.
And what an expo it is. We are in day 2 here on Friday. It has been absolutely bananas here for now a full day and a half. We've got so many people coming through here. Bex, 55,000 people came through this expo yesterday, and that was with the horrible weather that we had here in the New York City area. I suspect even more today. This whole thing is off the hook. Hi, how are you?
I'm good. We haven't stopped. We're literally like, it's fine, it's fine. This is unreal. I must give you and all of the team props on the honed-in organization this year. I feel like every year, obviously, it gets better and better, but I'm sure everybody in the audience can agree, like, it's just smoother and smoother coming in, and I'm not even collecting a bib. And it's just so nice, and everyone's so happy. It's great.
We hope they stay happy. We like it when they're happy.
Yes.
The expo this year, for those who have not been here before, we flipped the entire, setup here.
Yeah.
So bib pickups used to be on one side, now they're on the other. It's worked out really well.
Yeah.
We appreciate everybody who's come in. Some of them have needed a bit of patience because we make sure we get people through all the lines and they get all their stuff from New Balance. So anyway, thanks for being here. And Bex, I've neglected to say Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween.
Our costumes are not very creative. Neither one of us is dressed up at all, but I want to know. You've got a great shirt on, by the way. I love this vintage marathon shirt, 1986. That's very cool.
Best year.
I want to know, what's Tallulah going to be for Halloween?
Okay, Tallulah is going to be a Dino Rancher witch princess. You're welcome.
What kind of witch princess?
A Dino Rancher. Do you not watch Dino Ranchers?
I've heard of that, but no, I don't generally watch that, no.
You should. It would relax you.
Is that part of like a group costume or?
No, it is an inflatable costume that obviously Austin thought would be hilarious for her to have, but then she's going to finish it off with the witch hat and possibly a little tutu of some sort as well. And she's going to come to Central Park to do trick-or-treating because Mom hasn't got time to go home to Brooklyn to come back to Manhattan. So, but that's fine because that's where Max and Duke from Secret Life of Pets go. So she's fine. She's happy.
I love it. Well, my girls I don't even know what they are because I've been so slammed here with everything going on with the marathon. I actually texted just now, what are you girls for Halloween this year? I have no idea. I'll find out later, hopefully.
And next year, we're going to be each other.
That sounds great.
Yeah, we'll show up as each other.
On Sunday.
Yeah.
I think I could pull that off.
Yeah, you sit on the moto on Sunday, and I'll do all of the race hosting.
That would hurt the broadcast immensely. But anyway, thanks all for being here. This is, again, a special episode of Set the Pace, presented by Peloton. I never really introduced myself on the podcast. I'm Rob Simmelcare, the CEO of New York Roadrunners. She's Bex Gentry, of course, of Peloton, and we are live at the Citizen Stage, and we are so excited. We've got less than 48 hours to go from the start of the 2025 TCS New York City Marathon. It is going to be a record marathon. We are sure of that. We know that we're going to have a huge number of runners come out to run with us on Sunday morning. Last year's record of 55,600 is in a lot of trouble. I can tell you that. It's going to be a big, big crowd on Sunday.
Will it be the biggest world marathon major?
I think it's a safe bet to say that it will be. I'm not going to go out on any limbs just yet, but it's feeling like it's going to be an all-time record. So all of you out there can be prepared to be part of what will likely be the biggest marathon in history. Okay, Bex, we got a great show today.
We do.
A little later in the show, we're going to hear from Hospital for Special Surgery's Anil Nandkumar, who has some smart tips for all the runners out there on how to keep your body and your mind ready for race day and how to avoid any crucial last-minute mistakes in the last hours before the marathon. You got to get your mindset right. Running 26.2, now is the time to just get your head screwed on straight.
Absolutely.
And walk to the starting line with the right mindset to make this happen.
Yep. As you head into peak training, don't let nutrition slow you down. Let Cook Unity's award-winning chefs fuel your run with endurance-boosting dishes handpicked by a sports dietitian. Every meal is delivered to your door and ready to eat in 2 minutes or less. Head to cookunity.com/MYRR and use the code MARATHONMEALS to get 50% off your first week.
We got a great guest.
We do. Very excited.
Who is a Harry Potter fan out there? Anybody out here into Harry Potter? Not surprisingly, we've got a few Harry Potter fans in the audience because we've got someone who Harry Potter fans know very well. He's preparing to make his way from Staten Island to Central Park this Sunday. Please welcome Oliver Phelps to Set the Pace. Oliver. Welcome. How are you?
Yeah, very well, thank you.
Lovely to have you.
Very excited.
He's in a British sandwich.
I'm trying my best to live up to the stereotype.
Yeah, seriously.
Yay! I'm going to share your notes because
absolutely.
I left mine behind stage.
Oliver, it's great to have you. Now, folks out there who are Harry Potter fans obviously know your face, they know your voice for bringing the character of George Weasley to life.
Yeah, yeah.
Along with your twin brother, you are the Weasley twins.
Yep, that was us.
Tell us, how does one go from being a Weasley twin to a marathon run? This is your first marathon?
First ever marathon, yeah. I did a
Oh my goodness.
Thank you.
Great choice.
So I did a triathlon maybe 10 years ago, and then just haven't done anything like that since. So
How was the triathlon? How did that make you feel?
tired. So it's but that was in London, and then the opportunity to do obviously the New York Marathon came up, and I jumped at it. And I've got to be honest, like probably there's people in this room who, when you said you'll do it, I couldn't run. I'm not exaggerating. I couldn't run a kilometre without being a bit out of breath.
Fair.
So how the body suddenly gets more and more fitter as you go on is great to see.
So is this not only your first marathon, really your first long distance race?
Yeah, I'd say I did. It's quite cool because in the training you suddenly hit personal bests of distances, which is really nice. And it didn't feel like at school when I had to do the cross country. I actually wanted to do this.
Americans don't really do that.
Don't they?
No, not the same way we do when they make you wear like the tiny pants and run through the woods.
Go to a cold field over there and do it,
Yeah.
Well, we're so excited to have you. Your brother, I'm told, has run a marathon. Is that right?
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did the London Marathon right now. He's really shy over there.
Oh, is he over there? Oh, no, you're right. Hello, how are you?
Hey!
You got both the Weasley.
He did London a couple of years ago, but he made the mistake of not taping his chest. So he's telling me, make sure your bits are all right.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, that's not. It's also for, unless you're wearing a dark coloured shirt, very obvious for the guys.
He was wearing yellow.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry, dude. Yeah. Heals quick though, right? Yeah. So you're running this year though, not just for yourself. You're running for the Matt Hampson Foundation.
Yes.
Can you tell us a little bit about that and your decision to run for it?
Yeah, so the Matt Hampson Foundation is a spinal rehabilitation centre in the UK, first of its kind in the country, and they basically help rehabilitate people who suffered literally life-changing injuries to do with spine. It could be full paraplegia, it could be all sorts. So it's more just try and build awareness for them over in the States. So if there's anyone who sees me there and thinks about that and they think, oh, we may have a link, not necessarily monetarily, but with resources or something, that would be great. But also it spreads the message, and their message is get busy living. And that's exactly what we all should do.
That's really nice. Get busy living. I love that. Wow.
Love it as well. Did they convince you to run the marathon, or did you decide you wanted to do it and then you found this great cause to run for?
Yeah, I was committed to do the marathon, and then about 3 weeks later, I was at their golf event, had a couple of drinks, and went over.
It's always after a couple of drinks.
And I went over to Matt, who's the founder of the charity, and said, Matt, I'm going to do the New York Marathon for you guys, and so I've got the bib and everything like that. It's all ready to go.
Did that hangover hurt more than normal?
Not as bad as going for training after a drink. I learned early in training you can't mix the two.
Gone.
So yes, that's gone. That's
Oh, that's gone. All right, talking of training, tell us what your training's been like. Like, how have you been setting up yourself?
It's been, so a friend of mine actually is an ex-professional triathlete. So he put me on training peaks and said, right, I'm going to come up with a plan for you. And the main thing to begin with was your heart rate, keeping your heart rate down, and not as opposed to just getting the miles in. So it's more about building your stamina, building endurance, and it's been a slow, at times it's felt like, are we going too slow with this? But at the same time, it's been alleviating injuries to the most part, until literally like the last month when the knee started to play up. But other than that, I've had quite a lucky run so far.
Amazing.
Why did you choose New York as your first marathon?
Why not? Because it's
Hey, great answer.
it's literally because, I mean, it's iconic, isn't it? Like you speak to someone, and I've been very lucky to be in New York quite a few times, and people say it's the marathon. It's not the New York Marathon. Everyone, and you see people, I've met friends who I've known for years who actually have told me this week, we go every year to the same spot and cheer everyone on, and I can't wait to experience that firsthand.
Oh, it will change you emotionally to just feel the love that comes from the city on the day.
Yeah, a friend of mine who's done it has said you will cry at some point.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so I'm in a weird way looking forward to that.
We hope for you that's at the finish line.
Yeah, of joy.
That's the best
as well.
place to
Of
cry.
joy,
yeah, I mean, crying at mile 9 it could work out, but that could also be problematic. So
You saw me training, because that did happen at some point. Yeah.
And how has the training related to your other, life endeavors? I mean, have you found any commonalities between training for a marathon and your work as an actor?
Yeah, like there's preparation to it. Like the old saying, "Prepare to fail is failing to prepare." So you need to a bit like you got to learn your lines, you got to practice like this, and it takes discipline. So there are a few parallels that you can put into it. And likewise, sometimes you've got to get up for work really early. You've got to get up even earlier to get that run in. But the cool thing about this marathon being so later in the year, you can train all through the summer. Yeah. And I love that.
That's the divine side of autumn races, is you do get to have the nicer runs with the longer days.
Training in the summer, maybe it's nicer in the UK. Is that where you're based?
Yeah, it was brilliant. Apart from when I was in Florida, in July. That was pretty. That was pretty ropey.
Humid and
Because training around here in the summertime can be pretty rough. But a nice summer block in London sounds lovely.
It was lovely because it gets light at about 4:30 in the morning.
It
so
does.
You go out and it's stunning.
Yeah, I always forget that London has longer days in the summer than here. Every time I go back in summer, I'm like, what is happening? It's like 10:30 and it's still light and people are still in the pub. Like, come on.
Yeah, exactly.
It's
exactly
wonderful.
That, yeah.
All right, a lot of runners don't like talking about race day strategy. Are you one of those, or are you happy to share with us?
So I've never done it before. So at the moment, ignorance is completely bliss to me right now.
Love that.
But it's just going to be, to be honest, I'll probably start off slower than I ever thought I would do.
Perfect.
And because someone has told me do that because you want to save your energy. But also, I think I'm just going to be taking in so much stuff and waiting for the wave of people catching me up behind. That'll probably be it. But then, just build through it. And then the good thing about it with the training, especially getting in the long runs, and you try new things out. Some things really don't work.
Yeah.
So I know I'm feeling quite good in preparation.
Great.
So I have to ask the question, are you going for a time, like for instance, to beat your brother's time in London? Like if it were me and my brother, I know that would be my goal, is beating whatever he had run. So is that a number that's in your head at all?
He's saying no chance.
He's saying no chance, yeah. At the moment, I'm going into it, I'm going for a good time, not a quick time. So,
nice.
So we'll see. If there's a bit left in the tank for the last 2 miles, that's going to be it. There's actually 3 of us who are running it. There's one of the dads from my daughter's school.
Hey,
Paul, he's doing it. Stand up, Paul. Say hello.
Hi, Paul.
He hates that.
Hey, go, Paul.
So Paul's doing it, and my friend is flying over from LA to do it, and we're just the idea is to do it together.
Nice.
But I know that last 100 yards will be a dash.
Oh, yeah.
If there's anything left,
Yeah, someone's going down.
Yeah.
All right, so the course of the TCS New York City Marathon is iconic. It's something that everybody talks about. It goes through all the 5 boroughs here. Staten Island being the one that you are either in the longest or the shortest, depending on when you get there and when you leave. But mileage-wise, the least. Don't let that faze you. Which borough's your most excitable one, do you think?
I've never been to the Bronx.
Ooh!
I've been to the other boroughs, so I can say
There we
I've been
go.
there. But I've got quite a few friends who are going to be waiting for us the other side of the bridge.
Thunder Alley, let's go.
So that sounds like a good laugh.
Oh, great.
So I really want to hear about what you're doing now, this show, which is about to launch season 2, by the way, Harry Potter, Wizards of Baking. This is fascinating to me. How did this come about?
Is Barry in it?
It's we literally, James and I are the hosts of the show. It's a baking contest which has the best bakers and culinary chefs you've seen, and they compete in teams of 2, set on sets on the Potter scenes. And it's, as I say, it's the second season. The first season went absolutely fantastic, so we're back to do it again, and it premieres Food Network this Sunday at 8 p.m. So when everyone's maybe resting their legs, stick on
Great
Food
timing.
Network, it'll be on there. But if you're out celebrating as well, it'll also be then streaming on HBO Max.
Oh my goodness. What perfect timing as well when people are starving after a race to be like, cake,
Yeah, that's all I'm going to be doing. Like, we've been doing press the whole week for it, and I've been just dying to have cake. So that'll be my treat at the end.
Oh, how wonderful.
I'm so curious, what was the first conversation that led to the creation of a Harry Potter-themed baking show? I'd like to have been in the room when that happened. Who was in that conversation, and how did that happen?
I'm not too sure. We came in a bit late to it, so we were asked to host it maybe about 4 months before we started filming. But I think it ticks 2 categories. Baking is such a big popular culture. Potter is as well, and we kind of mix the 2 together.
Yeah, oh my gosh, I can't wait to tune in. I did notice when I was back in the UK that the baking shows, I mean, they've seeped into the US market a lot, but most of them are actually British that come here, which is amazing. But Netflix UK, etc., I was like, everything is food. This is great. All right, let's talk about another passion of yours, golf. You've already mentioned this kind of started on the golf course. A lot of professional sports people are also golfers in their spare time. Have you found any good crossover between those 2 sports so far?
Only that it's ruined my driver, learning to, doing all this long running. I was speaking with a guy who I know who's a biomechanical scientist, and he actually said, because you'll be spending more time upright, and you generate more power with your legs, and he said you'll be pushing it all a bit, and that's actually happened. So it's interesting how you see that biomechanical science, but on the other side, I feel a lot fitter, so I can play more.
Great.
The mental side could help, maybe. I mean, a round of golf can take a while, right? It can be a good, I don't know how you play, but 4 hours or whatever, a marathon similar. And when I play golf, sometimes I start to kind of lose focus after a while. 13th, 14th hole, I'm kind of ready to be done. Kind of like the 13th, 14th mile of a marathon. So there could be some parallels there.
I think so, but the cool thing is that I actually went over to my golf club in one of the early mornings in the summer and ran all 18 holes. So just vary it up. You can vary up your training. It doesn't have to be a lap, or it doesn't have to be something. So you see there's different ways of doing it.
What's your favorite golf course?
It would be Little Aston, which is my home club back home. But,
nice.
Nothing like is it a links course?
No, it's an inland, very old-fashioned club back home.
Yeah. All right, so
Lost me.
what do you think will be the first thought that crosses your mind at the finish line? I'm going to track you. I want to see you cross that finish line. And have you envisioned that moment of crossing the finish line of a marathon?
As long as it's not on my hands and knees, I'll be happy with that. But I think it's just going to be one of just complete, I suppose, pride that you've done it for yourself. Because I'm not running to beat anyone else. I'm there to better myself to do it. And I think that's what everyone goes into doing this is to do. It's your own. One thing I've learned from just getting to know people in the running community is it's all your own journey, but yet you're all on the same path.
Absolutely, and it depends on where you are. I know you've traveled a lot to do your shows, podcasts, etc. Have you been running in lots of different locations in this training?
Yeah, so the good thing is that we've done, as I say, in Europe, I've run in Switzerland, I've run on around Lake Como, then I was over in Colorado, still in the Rockies, but I was doing heart rate training then at altitude, and it didn't really work very well. They were like, "You're really tired." So then in the South of America as well. So I've been very lucky to see things. But going to the golf thing, actually, I was in St Andrews, and I got up and ran early, and it's a public land, so you can run on the old course. So I ran the last 16, 17, 18 of the old course, and I would never do that normally. So it's cool.
That's a beautiful place to run, absolutely. So I have to ask you a bit about your Harry Potter career, and I'll be honest, I have not watched a ton of the Harry Potter movies, but the thing that fascinates me most about your and your brother's story is you had no acting experience at all. You guys showed up to audition for this role as the Weasley twins. You hadn't really acted that much before?
It was a day off school, so we were like, let's try that. Let's go. And then we had several callbacks after that, and then we got cast, and we never thought we'd still be involved this many years later. But it means what we've learned is it means so much to so many people.
Yeah,
and it's awesome to be part of that.
It's amazing. It's such a life-changing thing that happened to you guys, and it was really almost sounds on a whim that you auditioned for it.
Totally. I think everyone can relate to this, something in their life where they think, what's the worst that'll happen?
Yeah.
You know? And it worked out for the best for us, yeah.
I always say half of life is showing up.
Right?
Sometimes you show up and an incredible thing happens.
Exactly.
Truly.
Yeah.
Talking of that, have you, and you feel free to embarrass your brother is there, but any incredible memories or anything fun that sticks out to you of the years of being on set at Harry Potter?
I think really just doing like the promotional stuff's really cool because that's when you see the fan base when they do it. But on set, the most surreal thing I think that ever happened, Liam Gallagher came to set to look around once.
No way.
He was exactly as you'd imagine.
Yeah.
And I was like, so he's seen all these big sets, and I said, what do you enjoy? And he went, the train. Oh,
and
I walked off. So that was quite surreal.
That's so cool. I just can't imagine how seeing it change over the whole time that you have been involved in the show as well, and just people have grown up with you.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's wild.
Yeah, exactly.
I remember the first time I read the books, and that very long time ago.
I mean, the only thing is that we were going, we were 14 when we started. So everyone can document when I'm going through puberty, how squeaky my voice was, awful haircuts.
Yeah.
It's really great to look back on.
You're like, I have grown. It's great.
Now, Oliver, backstage before the podcast, I was asking our team, I was like, how did we get this guy to be on our podcast? What's the story? And they told me that you have listened to this show before.
Oh, I'm all in. I'm like, when I knew that we were doing when I was doing the marathon, I was like, right, what can I do to better this? I've seen so many YouTube videos of Marathon Day.
Wow.
So many things some are a bit questionable about how many gels you should take on the first mile and stuff, so it's kind of filtering it out. So then I was like, well, it's got to be like an official podcast or something. And that's where I came across the Roadrunners, so it's been awesome.
Oh, we love it. You said he asked to be on the podcast, so this can't be.
Yeah, it's quite
Can't
cool.
possibly be.
But again, though, like your
amazing.
guys' voice is part of my training. I listen to it when I'm sure it's quite surreal to be here. It suddenly feels really real that it's happening now.
Yeah, I'm afraid to break it to you. It is. Yeah, you're going to Staten Island and you'll finish in Central Park, dude. It's happening.
There's no stopping it for sure. Well, we are so excited for you, and we can't wait to see how this all goes for you. So make sure, are you trackable?
I'm trackable, yeah. I am 55120. If you want to see someone maybe going backwards at one point, that'll be me.
Put it in there. Put it in your trackers. 55120.
That's me, yep.
Oliver, we can't wait. We used to hang out on stage for a bit for our next segment. We're thrilled to have you
of course,
here.
yeah.
All right, Oliver Phelps, everybody. This has been so much fun. Peloton is leveling up. With the launch of their Peloton cross-training series, they're redefining what race training can look like. Personalized cardio and strength that makes it easier than ever to achieve real results. Whether runners are building a base or pushing for a PR, Peloton meets them where they are, then helps them go further. Smarter training, stronger outcomes, all backed by expert instruction and performance insights. Ready to elevate your race game with Peloton? Head to onepeloton.com to learn more. Peloton, an official partner of the 2025 TCS New York City Marathon. All right, so this will be good for you to listen to, actually, Oliver, because
listen to
very
this.
useful.
Our next segment is Anil Nandkumar from HSS, who's going to join us to give us some tips on how to keep your body and your mind on track for those last few hours before the marathon. We're like 48 hours out right now, so let's get focused on it. Anil, come on out and join us. Hey, Anil, how are you? Welcome to Set the Pace. It's great to have you here.
Thank you. It's so happy. I'm so happy to be here. I'm so happy to be sitting next to one of the best Weasleys ever.
You can say to him the best.
Excuse me.
I love it. We've got a Harry Potter fan in addition to an expert on marathon preparedness.
This is a match made in heaven. How did we know?
You guys got like a notepad and pen? I can take notes here.
Yeah, feel free. On the notes there.
So Anil, talk to us about, for the runners out there listening, we're here talking on Friday, about 48 hours out, less than 48 hours. What should most of these runners be thinking about now when it comes to making sure they're in the best shape they can be in on Sunday? All the training's done now. They've put in the time. They're not going to get that part sorted out now. Either that's sorted or not. So what can they do between now and Sunday morning?
Yeah, all the training is done. I have been so antsy this week. This is going to be my first marathon ever. This is actually my first race ever. Haven't done anything else, and I'm so excited. And I feel exactly what everyone is feeling. This antsiness, like, oh, I just want to go out and run a mile real quick and come back. But really, you've done the work, right? Now it's time to stay nice and calm, stay nice and loose. If you're working on any of injuries, trying to maintain them, you want to really, hone in on some of your PT exercises. So as a physical therapist, I have my routine that I know I have problem areas, so I'm doing that every single day. At least that's keeping me sane. And then really just understanding why you're running this race. If you're running it for a personal best or really just across the finish line like myself, always keeping that at the forefront as to why you're doing this. I've just found that it's really helped calm me down as I've been antsy this week.
That's fantastic advice, and I do hope you're genuinely listening to that. When it comes to sleep, it can be very tricky with anxiety and nerves. It can stir up the brain and cause people to just be laying there in this not a rejuvenative sleep, restorative sleep, as you probably professionally call it. So have you got any tips for people to relax at bedtime?
Yeah, I think, the sleep is the most important thing. Besides nutrition, building your body back up, sleep is really the factor that allows you to recover, allows you to perform at an optimal level. And so something that can really kind of, calm you down, get you ready for sleep is potentially just meditating or just having a nice, simple routine every single night before bed. Again, what's helped me is to really just calm everything down, no screens, do some guided meditation with one of your favorite apps. I was just doing some meditation back there, getting ready for this. Again, sitting next to one of my favorite Weasleys. So it really allows you to calm down, get into the zone. And for sleep, it really allows you to start the cycle of good restorative sleep.
People really start to focus on nutrition 2 or 3 days out. Everybody's thinking about the carb loading, obviously, the hydration. Those things are kind of known, right? Are there any things that you've seen people do, mistakes that they've made in the last 48 hours that can cause them problems?
Yeah, I think the biggest mistake is, everyone wants, you have to be hydrated, right? But that doesn't mean grabbing a gallon of water and chugging it as much as you can. It really just means pacing yourself, just like the race, of good, steady hydration. And so, they say about an ounce per pound of body weight that you have. And just pace yourself throughout the day, right? Also, pacing like your bathroom breaks too, right? So, again, if you're chugging a whole bunch of water, you're going to constantly run to the bathroom. But if you're pacing yourself, you have a good, steady bathroom breaks throughout the day. And then as far as like food and just other fuel, again, you've been really training over the last however many months. So again, you're not trying to take in as much carbs as possible to the point where you're feeling pretty sluggish. You're gonna stick with those nice foods that you've known to really agree with you. So for me, even though I have an amazing Italian girlfriend, I cannot take too much pasta. So I'm going to be doing nice, clean carbs right before the race.
What is a clean carb?
Great question. George Weasley.
When did you think you'd say that?
I honestly, I'm shaking right now. I'm shaking. No, so truly, sweet potatoes, for instance. Like I'm having a couple of those for sure. Good healthy starches. I mean, as far as vegetables are concerned, I know that helps me. I know I cannot take in a lot of like cereals and grains and pastas. It just doesn't sit right with me. So again, those more healthy alternatives, maybe more quantities of those, it should do the trick.
You know, Bex, that's where the experience can really help when you've run multiple marathons. You don't have that going for you this time around, obviously, but people know like what works for their bodies, what doesn't. So I guess you'll just have to, kind of go by the standard book.
Yeah, I was getting really worried when you said, what's the mistakes people made? I thought, what have I done? But no, I feel like I'm okay at the moment.
You'll be fine. Just pack your own toilet roll.
Yeah.
Anil, when our runners have crossed the finish line, it's celebration, it's pride. What is one or two things you can suggest for the runners to do to help recovery start as soon as possible?
Yeah, I think, just as the preparation shows, the recovery is super important. So the best thing you can do is just keep moving, right? A gradual slowdown of your pace to a nice, comfortable walk after running. Just keep moving. I know, it's kind of like a herding cattle at the end of the marathon there, but just as long as you keep moving, you don't allow your body to rapidly seize up. Right, so that would be number one. Number two, a lot of times if you have the means, hopping on some kind of stationary bike, if you're feeling brave enough, city biking, but stationary bike to where you can really get the lactic acid out of those legs already, and then pretty much just having your good routine for a cool down.
Absolutely, I agree.
Anil, what if things don't go quite according to plan, and you cramp up out there in the middle of the race? This happened to me in my first marathon here in New York City. I cramped up pretty badly at about mile 23, 24. It happened to me in Berlin last September too, and I was able to stop, stretch it out quickly enough to get back to a pretty good pace. What's your advice to runners in that situation? Can you kind of save the day by running off to the side a little bit and doing some stretches and getting back into it?
Well, I think the first thing is that if you see me running, you can just stop me real quick and we could talk about it. So I'll be in wave 5.
Is this any excuse to slow down?
Yes, exactly.
Quick chat.
Anil's back there. I should just wait for him.
Just wait for
We'll get this sorted out.
Same for me. Yeah.
And so, yes, I think knowing your body, right? Again, the training is the most special part of the journey that at least that I've found. And so you start to know your body. You start to know when you maybe cramp up a bit. So, pulling off to the side, doing some simple stretches, just simply shaking it out a little bit can help for sure. And now there are some things that when you're running, those alarm systems might go off that you're not used to. Maybe some sharp pain is happening. Maybe you misstepped, something like that. Again, just safely pull yourself off to the side, kind of assess yourself, shake it out a little bit, even walk a little bit just to kind of get those legs to recover and then propel yourself forward. However, if you feel like you can't go anymore, that's where we have medical tents all over the place where they can properly assess you.
Wonderful advice. Okay, now knowing you haven't done this before, but as a professional in your field, what is one piece of advice, one bit of wisdom that you would like to give our runners as they toe the line?
I think really giving yourself some grace. This was truly, at least I'll speak for myself, truly such a physical feat that I never thought I could do. It was a personal feat. And it was an emotional feat, honestly, for various reasons. And so just remembering to give yourself some grace. Know that, all right, if you're not hitting the time that you want, just keep chugging, keep going, all right? Because you might make up time somewhere else, or really just the emotion of the day will propel you forward. So I think, knowing that the journey of training was the utmost important thing, and now we're here to celebrate all of that training.
Well said.
I love it. Anil, thank you so much.
Thank
Great
you.
advice for the runners out there. We're excited for everybody, hopefully, to take that in. And by now, as we always say, the hay is in the barn.
Yep.
Or it's not, but hopefully it is.
And
that's what they'll be bringing with them to the starting line on Staten Island. Thank you very much. Appreciate having you here. So we're only a couple minutes left in this episode of Set the Pace. And Bex, I wanted to just talk to our audience for a second because this is our last show before the start of the TCS New York City Marathon. And I get to speak to some of them at the starting line, those in Wave 1. Yep. But by the time I leave, Wave 2, Wave 3, Wave 4, Wave 5, they all come through. And I just think it's a great opportunity to talk to all the listeners. First of all, if you've been out there listening to Set the Pace, like Oliver here, during your training, thank you for listening.
Thank you.
We hope that we've helped you get through some of those long runs, and we've gotten you through. We know those have been some hard, long days out there.
Yep.
So we want to thank you, and hopefully it's been helpful to get you through some of those miles.
Absolutely. And remember that Sunday, race day, is your day of celebration. You have put in all of this hard work. You have sacrificed probably a lot of time that you could have been doing other things with loved ones perhaps, but you've done it to better yourself and get stronger. So remember that on race day and take it as it comes. Control the controllables. And one of the biggest things you can control is your mood. So put that smile on your face and spread those wings and fly, because it's the best day ever.
Yeah, and Bex, I gave this speech last year at the starting line, yep. And I'm going to say it again here because I feel like it resonated with a lot of people. When you get to the starting line of a marathon, I think the word I always want to tell people is congratulations, right? Yeah, you're at the starting line. You haven't run the race yet, so why would I say congratulations? Because you've already done the hardest part. I mean, it is so hard to get to the starting line of a marathon. And I've met people here at the Expo, by the way, plenty of them, who came out to pick up their bib and pick up their shirt, and then they're going to defer to next year because they're injured, they didn't quite have their ability to get to the starting line healthy. So it's not easy to do. And if you've gotten to the starting line, that's a massive accomplishment. And so the 26.2 miles that follow that, that's the celebration. That's really the part you get to enjoy. You've earned that time. Enjoy it. Enjoy every minute of it. And we wish you all the best through the 5 boroughs of the greatest city in the world. So good luck to everybody out there. Thank you for listening all year long. We will see you all at the finish line. And we can't wait to hear after the race how it went. So reach out to us on social, in the comments. Let us know how your race went. But good luck.
Good luck.
All right. Good luck, everybody. Thanks for listening. Thanks to this great audience we've got here. Oliver, Anil, thank you both so much. Best of luck to both of you. And we'll see you on the other side of the TCS New York City Marathon. Thank you.